What is up, everybody? Good morning. Today we're day 4 of the Innsbruck trek. We're in the beautiful valley of Sellrein, which is right after Kütai. Today is a very long hike, or let's say a very long walk. In total is about 13 kilometers. We're going to be walking all the way down the valley, getting closer to Innsbruck, and we're going to be walking through a very scenic and graphic forest road. Well, it's basically a dirt road, but you get the idea. This is it's going to be definitely nice relaxing walk after like 3 straight days of hiking in the mountains. Today is much better and you get to appreciate the nature a little bit. So this is what happens when nature does her thing. I think this is basically like part of the mudslide. It's definitely because of the heavy snowfall we had this year in Austria. Yeah, stuff like that happens. We almost like basically cut the road in half. That's Marcus, by the way. What I really like in this hiking route already is the fact that you're next to this river, and we're walking next to the mountain as well, which is put things in perspective a lot of time. Like, because of its size, you see how big it is all the time. You don't really realize it, but then you start noticing the details, the trees. You know how big the trees are, and this is really huge. So the hike has become immediately 20 times more interesting, because right now we're kind of like got off of the path. We're just like walking on grass, like through a little path that you vaguely see, but you understand. Thankfully, there's like stones like these all across the path with the Austrian flag on it. So you're not gonna miss it. Just look for the stones with the Austrian flag. We're getting closer to the village of Gries, not Greece, but you can pronounce it very differently. And that's where basically this is the direction for the panorama weg, which is the road to the panorama. And after passing through the village of Gries, we will be able to get a first glimpse of the Patscherkofel, the Nordkette, and direction of the city of Innsbruck. Not really the city of Innsbruck, but a good direction. Towards the end of the hike though, when we're going to be reaching Oberperfuss, that's our final destination, we're going to be able to see the city. We're going to go through the village and up there basically. And as soon as we're up there, we will be able to see the panorama of Innsbruck, the Nordkette and the Patscherkofel. So we're literally on the Besinnungsweg, which is a street that is directing us to the panorama, or basically taking us right back to Innsbruck. We will be able to see the Nordkette and all the mountains of Innsbruck, and we have like a really nice look over the whole valley. That's where we're going, that's the direction we're going, and as soon as we're over there, the hill, we will be able to see the Nordkette. Look at that. Part of this hike includes walking through a residential area that is right outside the village of Gries, and it's almost like noon, and I feel like I shouldn't be talking too loud, like almost like whispering, because it feels like I'm gonna wake up everybody. So ladies and gents, we are back on the trail. Our next destination is the church of Sankt Quirin. We're gonna be walking through the path here. Looks like a pretty cool path actually. And when we reach that, we're gonna start making our descent back to Innsbruck or Oberperfuss, which was the next checkpoint after that. I gotta say, it really feels nice to be back into the woods, because that part before felt a little bit like an urban tour through a city or something. So yeah, it's interesting. It's like the hike has variety basically. So we finally made it, and we see the first glimpse of the Nordkette, and down there somewhere is the city of Innsbruck, but we will continue and find out the rest. We're back into the trail, and as you can see, this is a little bit too epic or too cool. There's nothing really more amazing than these tight, narrow paths. We saw some of them on our first day in the hike to the Nordkette, and seeing that style again is like really nice. Now we can clearly see Innsbruck in the background. We're on the final stretch. It's been really great so far. A lot of views. So one more time, we keep going higher and higher, and I'm guessing that the view will be very, very rewarding as soon as we go over that hump there. Because that's where Innsbruck is, and Nordkette should be behind here. We have made it to Sankt Quirin. This is the panorama that we've been promised. Here you can see the entire valley of the Tiefental, and over there is Innsbruck, as well as the Nordkette. Spontaneously decided that we're going to take a pause here and then continue for the rest of the hike to finish it off basically. Ladies and gents, we are walking along this field for another kilometer or so. We continue tomorrow to our semi-final hike closer to Innsbruck. I'm really looking forward to that Patscherkofel hike though. This is going to be like the last hike of this series, of the Innsbruck trek. And I'm pretty sure it's definitely going to be rewarding because the views from up there, woo-wee, god damn. So after this little super top secret little path behind the houses, we reached this little stream here that I'm definitely gonna dip my feet inside. We just finished our hike. We reached the village of Eigling and we're about to get on this bad boy and go back to Innsbruck. It was a great hike, pretty long. Weather was really good. And now it's time to get some rest and get ready for tomorrow to go to exams. Peace!